Bennett is currently available, extremely easy for you guys, 100% guarantee pickup, and you guys need to be picking him up, free to play or otherwise. He is the cornerstone linchpin to a lot of very prevalent strategies. He is dogged on repeatedly on a lot of tier lists too, but that is not the case. Bennett can do a lot of things. You can build him for damage early on, but that's not the crazy thing that he does. That is not the reason why he's super underrated. He's underrated for a lot of underlying reasons. We're going to be talking about those today. How you can build him. He's pretty easy to build. On top of that, he doesn't require insane gear or anything of that nature. So let's dive into it right now. Why you got to get the big boy Bennett. Number one, you can pick him up pretty easy right now. Now, don't rush out and get him if you don't have a use for him yet. You're working on other characters. He's going to be here for a while. But the Paimon's Bargain Star Glitter Exchange Shop was just updated not too long ago. Now you'll see that Lisa's in here, but so is Bennett. Now you'll be getting these Star Glitter Exchange materials from doing polls on various characters. So if you're waiting for Child or Zhongling or anything like that, save, pull on that banner if that's what you're doing there. You'll get the Star Glitter Exchanges. This is going to be here for quite a while, as you can see. We're not changing these out till the end of the month, so you guys have quite a long time until then because the month just changed over. So what about Bennett? What does he do exactly? Why are we so hyped up on him? He does a lot of cool things. Now, notably, he's a pyro character, which are traditionally damage dealing type characters. Not a whole lot of support characters. Xiangling's in there, but some support damage on her side. Bennett does other things, and he does things that no other really character can do in the game. He can slot in as your second pyro character. So say you are using Diluc or Klee or Xiangling, he will be your second pyro character, and this will give you the double pyro character elemental resonance bonus, which is going to give you guys 25% bonus attack for free for having those two pyro characters in your party. You can see that he's really happy about that. But on top of that, he also further increases your team's attack, and he's got some crazy good utility on top of that. So let's check out his talents. His elemental skill here is Passion Overload. Now this is going to be his damage dealing skill. You can build him for damage dealing burst with this skill if you so desire. Not his elemental burst, but burst damage in a melt/vaporize team composition. Two pyro characters, your boy Bennett in here, as well as either a cryo or a hydro character for that elemental damage bonus. Put water on the monster, afflict it with hydro/cryo, and then do the elemental combination with this single hard-hitting skill here, which you can do by charging it up a couple times. Now, what we're really wanting to talk about is his elemental burst, and this is where the ease of use, ease of access, very strong support aspect. And he's the only pyro character that can do this because he can be your main healer and a damage buffer at the same time without him even being on the battlefield. And so no more swapping into a character doing a bunch of attacks and healing stuff. No, we're here for fantastic voids, and it is quite fantastic. So I'm going to read it for you here real quick. Basically what's going to happen, you're going to use his elemental burst, he's going to pop in, do some damage, and then he's going to leave a field on the ground. So not only does this do a little bit of damage, you can proc some elements, maybe set something up for hydro/melt with vaporize/melt with the hydro pyro damage combination, but it's going to have two unique properties. So if your character's health is below 70% HP, you will heal repeatedly. Now this is a pretty powerful heal, don't underestimate it, because it heals per second. So it's going to be 6% of his maximum HP and then a flat bonus on top of this. And as you rank this skill up, you're going to be getting more stats on this skill here. So 6% of his max HP, that's quite a bit per second. That's pretty fast. That's pretty fast, right? Not a lot of characters get an attack off or multiple attacks off per second unless you're animation canceling. So that's a lot of healing there. But on top of that, you get attack up if the character is 70% HP or higher. On top of this, and this is where his use comes in a lot of situations, you guys have been in those abysses, especially floor 12, where you're afflicted with a certain element, right? Where it's like, while you have Hydro on, you have no stamina, or while you have Ice on, you are inflicted with some sort of debuff. This field, if your characters are standing in it, will constantly apply the Pyro element to you as well. And your character can suffer from elemental combinations on top of that, but you'll constantly have the Pyro element, and that's going to get rid of a lot of those things for you. And he's an easy way out of the you have no stamina sort of thing. Just stand in the field, you're going to have plenty of stamina because you're not going to be inflicted by that constant cryo debuff, that constant hydro debuff. So that's a cool thing to look forward to as well in that scenario. Now, this skill does get a lot better with his Constellation 1, and this is where a lot of his true power does come from, but it's not going to be that hard to get because you guys are going to be able to get one for free. If this is your second copy of Bennett, congratulations, you already have it, and this is going to be insane for you. So, Fantastic Voyage attack bonus no longer has an HP restriction and gains an additional 20% base attack. So this way, his Elemental Burst field while you're standing inside of it is going to constantly heal you and always give you that attack bonus. So if you're sub 70% HP, you're being healed up to 70% HP. And you're also going to be getting that attack bonus no matter what. So this allows him to double dip as your healer / attack booster. Now, this is also really cool, and this is where the ease of gearing comes from because it's his base attack. It's his base attack. So this is going to count the base stats that he has from him being leveled up. You're ascensioning, awakening him, taking him up to level 50, 60, 70, 80. You're going to get more base attack from that. His other base attack is going to come from the attack on his weapon. So when you level his weapon up, whatever that base is, you're getting the bonus from. So you don't need percent attack on a support Bennett at all. You don't need that. So you don't really have to scrounge around looking for insane artifacts with crit hit chance, crit hit damage, all of that stuff. Really all you're looking for is HP percent and some energy recharge. And this build is going to do wonders for you. You're going to be able to swap into Bennett, give that big attack bonus. He's going to be the second copy of your Pyro character in your team. You're getting an attack bonus there, and he's going to be able to heal you per second based off of whatever his maximum HP is. It's not his base HP, it's his maximum HP, and that is a fantastic thing. On top of this, this only has a 15-second cooldown, and it lasts for 12 seconds. It has an energy cost of 60, and that's where you need that energy recharge to make this do work for you. Now, as the first ascension here, decreases Passion Overload's cooldown by 20%. That's going to be his elemental skill, so it's going to help you do a little bit more energy regeneration on Bennett. That's probably what you're going to be using this for. Swap him in, get some energy regeneration for himself, use that ultimate, and then his Ascension 4 is within the area created by Fantastic Voyage. Passion Overload takes on the following effects. Cooldown is reduced by an additional 50%, and you cannot knock yourself back if you have it charged up to level 2. So this is going to be a way for you to spam this skill out. It has a 5-second cooldown if you just tap it, and then you're going to have the Ascension 1 and 2, so you're going to be able to kind of just spam that out for a bunch of elemental recharge ability for Bennett. Or if you're using him in a second Pyro character, you can swap back and forth between them, and he's going to be able to charge up your second character's elemental burst very quickly with that combination. So now let's get into the artifact set that you're going to be using to fully take advantage of it. There's going to be 2 of them that stand out for the support Bennett build. The first one is going to be the Noblest Oblige set. Now the 2-piece for this one is going to increase your elemental burst damage by 20%. We don't really care about that, but the 4-piece bonus is going to give characters in your party a 20% attack increase for 12 seconds after you use your elemental burst. So you're going to be elemental bursting, you're going to be putting that field down. While your characters are in that field, they get Bennett's base attack, and then on top of that, they get an additional 20% for 12 seconds, which is the same duration as his circle that you're putting down. 3 seconds later, if you fill up his elemental burst again, you have it ready to go. So out of 15 seconds total, you can have it up for 12 of those, which leaves only 3 seconds of downtime, and that's an amazing set if you're looking to just get a little bit of extra bonus attack in your party. You're going to get to 25% from having double Pyro characters, you're going to get to 20% from the Noblest Oblige, and then whatever the base attack that you're getting from Bennett is, that's going to be a lot of free attack. This is going to be increasing your damage by quite a lot, and this is why you see Bennett a ton in all of those like Sucrose, Bennett, Pyro character, whether it's like Zhongling or Klee, or your boy Diluc out there, and then like a Mona or a character that can do cryo damage for the melt effect. So very strong team composition there. 2 of the most underrated characters on that team. Who would have thought? But another very strong set, if you don't want to get the Noblest Oblige set, maybe you don't want to try to farm that up, a more ease of access set, and it's going to let you do a lot of cool stuff here, is the Exile set. This is one of the easiest sets to find in the game. You guys probably have a whole bunch of it lying around, and this is because the 2-piece set's going to give him 20% energy recharge. We love that stat in this build. And the 4-piece set, when he uses his elemental burst, he's going to start giving the energy regeneration to other party members, which is fantastic. This is going to give 2 energy every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. So you're going to have 6 total energy to everyone else in your party. That's that's 18 energy. I'd split up between your entire team, all the other 3 members, but that's 18 energy divvied up there. Very powerful if you combine that energy regeneration that you're giving the rest of your party with the 20% energy recharge here, and the fact that you can pretty much spam out his elemental skill and give those elemental energy orbs to whoever else you want in your party, makes him like an energy battery master. It really does. He's very strong with the Exile set as well. And like we said, it's very easy to build him up. You're looking for 2 stats. You're looking for HP percent, and you're looking for energy recharge, which is going to be a fantastic thing for him no matter how you scale it. If you want a little bit of extra defense percent to make him tankier, go for it. You want some elemental mastery, or for whatever reason you want him to proc some vaporize, go for it if you're doing an attack build. But if you're doing the support set, you're really focusing on just HP percent and energy recharge. The rest of it's fine. But what about weapons? What are you looking for on him for weapons? There's a couple easy options out there that you guys may get your hands on here. Number one is going to be like the Sacrificial Sword. This is going to help you a lot early on Bennett. It does have energy recharge as the base stat here, and it does have the composed effect. So when you use your elemental skill, it has a chance to just reset the cooldown of the elemental skill. So starting out with this weapon is fairly easy to do and fairly feasible, because you can gain that extra energy from using your elemental skill in extra time. But as you start awakening him, getting him Ascension 1, getting him Ascension 2, you're going to have such a low cooldown on your elemental skill that getting the reset isn't that big of a deal. And what you're really looking to do here is maximize your base attack. So if you are lucky to have one of the 5-star weapons, they do have the highest base attack in the game. So if you have Skyward Blade or if you have Aquila Favonia, those have the highest base attack in the game. And if you take a look at any weapon in the game, right, if you look at the weapons, each of the weapons, they're all not created equally. They all have different substats, obviously, but they also have different base stats. So the Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds in this instance, I know it's not a sword, but every weapon type follows this same rule. This one has a lower base attack starting out than this other book, the Skyward Atlas. It's not that big of a deal, but if you're looking to min-max your character and you have something like that you're not currently using on anyone, think about that. Now remember, you don't care about the percentage attack, you're caring about the base attack number that's going to maximize the damage bonus you're getting from his elemental burst. Fantastic voyage. So with that being said, energy recharge, if you can find whatever your highest elemental recharge weapon is that has the highest base attack on it, that's going to be a good thing for you to do there, and you're going to be gaining a lot of stuff from that. Now there also is some other stuff that you can be using, but really there's no super crazy weapon you need to put on him. There's no weapon that makes him super god tier. And one that tells you that is just pulling your chains at this point. He's not that hard to build up, and he knows it. Look how smiling he is. So he is awesome. He's an awesome character, and be working on him for sure, especially if you're trying to get through Abyss 12. Pick him up for that alone. If you want to get those extra primo gems, he's going to be an easy ticket for one of your party to get in there and not be affected by that constant cryo effect. And if you're looking for big burst damage, or you want to run a double pyro team for that attack bonus, or you're looking for another healer, he can do that as well. Just get that energy recharge every second this ticks. That's an insane amount for his Fantastic Voyage Heal 2 tick. And you don't even need him Constellation 1 for that. This will always heal you up to 70% HP, and it heals you up very fast. Very, very, very fast. So, like, if he just had 10k HP, if he had 10,000 HP at level 1, 10,000 HP is going to heal you for 1,100 per second, all the way up to 70% HP while you're standing in that barrier with enough energy recharge. That's going to be fantastic. And then the more HP you stack on him, the higher level you have his abilities, the more healing you're going to be getting, and it's always per second, that's actually insane. That's crazy, 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 crazy good. And on top of that, it's going to heal you as long as you're standing in it, which means that you could be getting hit a couple of times. You've ever been hit and kind of like staggered a bit? Just standing there, you're still getting that heal. You're still getting that heal. Your barbarous attacks aren't getting interrupted. Bennett's insane as a support character and vastly underrated by a large amount of the members of the community. So that's gonna be Bennett. I'm gonna be working on him. I just got access to him the same way a lot of you guys are getting access to him. So look forward to more of that stuff. We want to see the future characters coming out. Also pairs up very well because he is that pyro character. If you're looking for the double pyro team for the attack percent, you're looking for Child as the water character. He can put the fire damage on. You get him up to higher levels. A lot of fire damage for the vaporize for Child. That's off. If you want to see Child stuff in Zhongling, fully detailed descriptions with their ascensions and their constellations, make sure you check out the channel as well. And as always, if you want to see more stuff, Genshin Impact, Otherwise, on the channel, go ahead, hit that obvious subscribe button so I don't get too lonely out here. I'm kidding. I'm fine. It's good. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, guys. I'll catch you then.